Sodium citrate, the ultimate cheese sauce secret.
Have you ever wanted to unlock the secret to the smoothest, creamiest cheese sauce? And would you believe me if I told you that it only takes 3 ingredients? Well, let me introduce you to my favorite kitchen chemistry secret, sodium citrate. Sodium citrate comes from citric acid, which is found in a lot of our common foods, including citrus fruits. It's used in cooking as a pH balancer and an emulsifier. And today, we're gonna use this little chemical wonder to make an amazing silky cheese sauce that you can use as a dip or to make the most luxurious macaroni and cheese of your dreams.
So what is sodium citrate? Chemically speaking, it's 3 sodium, 6 carbon, 5 hydrogen, and 7 oxygen. Nacho! Let's get cheesy. As promised, this sauce only needs 3 basic ingredients: cheese, liquid, and sodium citrate. Before we get started, we need to mention that it is important to apply these ratios in terms of weight of ingredients, not volume, so put away your teaspoons and cups. Whatever sort of standardized weight measurement floats your boat is fine. I'm going to use grams because I personally find it to be the easiest to manage. Our main ingredient we're using is obviously cheese. For the ratios, cheese will always be our baseline. Our other ingredient amounts will always be based upon the amount of cheese that we will be using. You can use any cheese you like, even vegan cheeses. For your liquid, you'll need to account for 92 to 94% of the baseline weight of your cheese. Feel free to use any liquid you like. Water as a neutral flavor, milk can add extra creaminess. Experiment and have fun. Next up is our sodium citrate. In order to get your gorgeous emulsification, we want to keep our sodium citrate at around 4% of the amount of the cheese used. To review our recipe, cheese is our baseline. The liquid should be 92 to 94% of the weight of the cheese, and sodium citrate should be 4% of the total weight. Today we're going to make 4 cups of cheese sauce, enough for 1 pound of pasta or a nice sized dip for a party. You'll need 660 grams of cheese, 621 grams of liquid, and 26.4 grams of sodium citrate. So now, let's make it! We'll begin by getting out our cheeses. Today we'll be using Cabot Monterey Jack and Cabot Seriously Sharp Cheddar cheeses for our sauce. We'll make sure that it's grated and weighs our baseline amount of 660 grams. Next, we'll want to measure out 621 grams of our cooking liquid. We'll be using plain water this time in order to allow the flavors of our cheese to really shine. We'll pour this directly into our medium-sized cooking pot. Then, using our smaller scale calibrated for more specific measurements, we will weigh out 26.4 grams of sodium citrate, which will be added directly to the already measured water in our cooking pot. Over medium heat, we will whisk our sodium citrate into our liquid until it is fully dissolved and bring it to a rapid simmer. Once we have achieved a rapid simmer, we can add the cheese into the pot and whisk for about 5 minutes until the cheese has fully melted and our sauce has thickened slightly. You can technically heat your cheese sauce up to a boil. One of the benefits of sodium citrate is that it keeps a smooth emulsification even at higher temperatures. I just prefer to use a rapid simmer so that my cheese sauce can cool to a more comfortable eating temperature far more quickly. One of my favorite ways to enjoy this sauce is as a dip for some of my favorite snacks, like tortilla chips. You can enjoy it as is, or even add jalapenos to spice it up. Just look at the velvety texture of our cheese sauce. Yum! You can also up your macaroni and cheese game with this sauce. Where traditional mac and cheeses rely on flour and butter to make a roux for thickening the sauce, which can often mask the flavor and sometimes even result in an oily separation of the sauce when it's reheated, a sodium citrate macaroni and cheese sauce makes for an elevated experience every time. Experiment with fun additions to your sauce, such as spinach and artichoke hearts, or create a fusion dish with Swiss cheese, beef broth, and caramelized onions for a twist on the classic French onion soup flavors in a delicious pasta dish.
As you can see, this cheese sauce is super simple and the flavor possibilities are nearly endless. Now you too can use a little bit of kitchen chemistry in your own home to make amazing meals. Experiment using different cheeses, different liquids, and take your taste buds on an amazing culinary adventure. Bon appetit!